This passage has been so encouraging to my own heart. And especially when I listened to a series of messages by Dr. Ligon Duncan, who is the president of Reformed Theological Seminary in Jackson, Mississippi. He preached a marvelous series through the book of Numbers, and I listened to his messages on Balaam. And he said something I want to share with you that's kind of a general takeaway from chapter 23 of Numbers that we've been looking at. And these words were such a comfort and an assurance to my own heart as I thought about the situation I was dealing with, very personal, but also in light of the big picture of what's going on in our world today. Dr. Duncan said, the sovereignty of God in the care of his people is unquestionable. We see this in the story of Balaam. The sovereignty of God in the care of his people. How no one can curse the people God has blessed. God is sovereign. Heaven rules. God is in charge. And then he talks about the therefore. Therefore, because of the sovereignty of God and the care of his people, therefore, the security of God's people is unassailable. Nothing can touch it. They are secure. Secondly, the heritage of his people is unassailable. Talks about how God was going to give Israel the land, and he's still going to give it to them, even though Balaam and Balak and their forces would have tried to take it away from them. The heritage of God's people, what God has in mind for his people, is unassailable. Thirdly, the identity of his people is unassailable. Who they are God's chosen people, set apart for his kingdom purposes. And number 4, the destiny of his people, or the ultimate outcome or end of his people, is unassailable. They will have the promised land. They will have God's promises fulfilled in their lives. So there are moments when in the midst of this fallen, broken world, we feel as though our security is being threatened, our heritage is being threatened, our identity as the people of God is being threatened, and our destiny sometimes we feel is being threatened. But if God really is sovereign, as we say he is, and as he is, if he's sovereign in the care of his people, then all of those things, our heritage, our security, our identity, and our destiny, are unassailable. No one and nothing can take them from us. No one and nothing can uproot us from our security, our heritage, our identity, and our destiny as the people of God. And I found myself just being strengthened and taking courage and realizing that no matter what anyone tries to do to hurt me, to harm me, to do damage to my security, my heritage, my identity, or my destiny, they're powerless under the sovereignty of God. That's a huge takeaway from this whole character study of Balaam, and I hope it's encouraging to you as it is to me.